Gaining empowerment through challenging relationships. This is Erin from Mind Me, and I wanted to talk to you today about how to gain empowerment when things and people and places around you are being very challenging. And a lot of this has to do with your perspective. I know you've probably heard this before, but let's play with it a little bit more today, shall we? So sometimes a lot of your relationships, whether it's with your coffee shop or your boss or your relationship partner or your dog, or even your family, even yourself, can be really very challenging. And now when I say challenging, I mean to the point where you don't want to do it anymore and you don't want to interact with it anymore and you want to run away from it anymore. You find you changing your life to compensate for that relationship. How much does that suck? Because who really wants to go through all of that so that you can just be happy? And I'm here today to talk about how you are going to change that by the end of this video with just a little bit of change in perspective. So let's really break it down a little bit. If you've got a challenging relationship, then there is something that you need to learn, grow, shift into, right? And so let's talk about the truth. Empowerment happens when you understand what is real / true for you. So if it's a relationship with your boss, because that's what most of us have, that you don't really like, and you feel it's holding back, they just don't understand you, they're always grinding on you, they're always just being a curmudgeon, and you take it personally, or you're trying to get their respect, or you're trying to climb that ladder, that's a lot there. That's a lot of time and energy, your time and energy, being spent on a relationship that's not producing the results or getting you where you want to be. And it's just very challenging. And so one of the things I want to ask you is, well, what's the truth in that? Are you looking for acceptance? Are you looking for approval? Are you looking to make more money? Are you looking to get a better job, a better feel, better desk? In which case you can always leave and then you might find the same boss and you might have the same problem, which then just goes back to the fact that you might not be telling yourself the truth. And because you're not telling yourself the truth, you're looking at the situation from a very secular point. And that is where we all go wrong. So the truth is for you is that if you took this and you took the box and you shifted it around and you said, wow, part of the reason that my boss is having this is because, his boss is writing him, or because they're trying to do something and it's really not working and they're not shifting. And if that's the case, then you can really say, well, listen, I understand and I see it. Maybe you draw up something and you take it to that boss and you say, hey, have you thought about it this way? Or introduce it in a platform or in a way that is relative to your business style. In which case, then you are walking into being the solution to their problem. Sometimes it's they're having a bad day and you're looking at it like they're constantly grinding on me. And maybe their life sucks. And you just happen to be the person who gets to be the bearance of that. And the truth is that you don't have to, because you can sit there and say, that's not mine. I'm not participating anymore. And when you say that and embrace it, and you stop talking about it, you stop thinking about it, you slowly let it leak out of your life, then it's not part of you anymore. Isn't that awesome? Or it could just be that they are so unhappy and you are in tune with that instead of being in tune with your own happy, with your own gratitude, the fact that you have a job, that you enjoy your job, you like your work, you like your pay, whatever. If you don't like that box, by the way, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But just finding this tidbit of truth by looking at your perspective in a different way and even a shift into even other perspectives. If it's a home life thing, at some point or another, a challenge is telling you that there's something that needs to change. There's something you need to embrace. There's something you need to grow. There's a mindset that needs to change. And so I challenge you to stop and take this situation, a sticky, I'm avoiding, I don't want to make these hard decisions. Stop me. And I will ask you to sit there and ask yourself, wow, what's the real truth here? I mean, beyond the fear, beyond the anxiety, what's underneath that you keep swashing under the carpet, that it keeps happening? You keep repeating and creating these challenging sequences or relationships or environments around you. How can you shift? How can you say, hey, that's a little bit of mine, and that's where I can change to make the situation better? And now you are empowered, because now you are taking the steps to change your patterns in your life to make it better. Now, if you happen to be the person who says, why should I have to change? It's their issue. Well, because you are the only one who can make you happy. And therefore, you can now take the power to be happy. And if that means that you let that person fall out of your life, or that you pleasantly say to these people, hi, I appreciate you, thank you, but I've had enough. Here's my space. Please don't come into my space like that. Standing up for yourself, creating healthy boundaries. A healthy boundary is when in a relationship where you've put up a wall to prevent people from doing something, and you try and tear down that wall and try to find forgiveness, and it feels so good, but then it happens again because you didn't stop it. A healthy boundary is when you take down a wall and you understood the pattern of what you were doing that was perpetuating or allowing it to happen, and that you recognize it the moment someone or something becomes challenging. You're like, oh, I know that feeling. I know what that means. I'm not going to repeat that. I'm just going to say, hey, I understand what you are, but I don't want to participate anymore. Good luck with everything. And just let it go. Don't try and control it. Don't try and stop it. Don't try and change it. Just be like, okay, peace. Isn't that fun? I know it sounds ridiculously easy, by the way, but once you get good at it, there is no stopping how good you become at preventing challenging relationships from forming because of old patterns that you don't want to participate in anymore. Old decisions, being too compassionate. Because there are three things that every situation of empowerment can teach you. When you become empowered to not repeat a challenging relationship or a challenging situations, you can ask yourself these three questions, which help you discern where this interaction is going. One, is it real for you? Inside of you, without all of this external environment, how does it feel? Like real, how does it feel? Two, does it make you feel accepted and successful for who you are without having to change or be judged? Very important things. And three, is it part of the clarity that you're trying to maintain and or create and cultivate in your life at the moment? Obviously that part changes, but is it part of your clarity? Because if it is, then it's a good thing. It's not a challenging relationship anymore, because three things define those things. And if it's met by that situation, fantastic. And if it's not met by that situation, you know how to walk away. And so in that moment, a challenge is helping you grow, and it's giving you the opportunity to not wash, rinse, and repeat. So interesting, right? So take the time in your day, today, tomorrow, whatever, to look at a situation without, just remove the emotions for a hot second, take the situation, turn it on its head, and say, wow, I own that part. That part's mine. And to be really honest with myself, that is what's really bothering me. And now I'm going to make a decision to honor what I want to feel inside, to be accepted because I am who I am and because it's helping me grow what I want to grow. And that's how I'm going to move forward. And then a challenging relationship becomes a healthy boundary, and you don't have to repeat it anymore. And I know that's why you're watching this video. And so if you are still here watching this video, subscribe to my channel, Mind Me, for more valuable information about how to be empowered, how to have clarity, how to invest in cryptocurrencies for those of us who are looking to generate multiple streams of income. And like this video right now so that you can share it with your friends, you can have it to come back to. It'll be in your YouTube subscribed area. And in the little description below, where I'm going to tell you a little bit about this video before you get going, there is a link to my website, which you can leave your email address. You can subscribe to my very seldom newsletters because I don't like to receive weekly emails, and I'm sure you don't either. But also, if you would like to book time together because you might need help shifting these challenging relationships and empowering yourself with this kind of truth that causes you to not wash, rinse, and repeat, you can find me there. There's a 30-minute free session where we can talk and you can tell me what's going on and maybe I can help you shift it a little bit faster. So from now until then, my friends, so much light, so much love. Have a great day.